Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Today I am here with the part 12 of history chapter number 3, nationalism in India. Dear student, in the previous lecture we discussed that hearing the incident of Chori Chora, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off non-cooperation movement in February 1922. Even the leaders of the Congress, they were also tired of mass struggle. In such situation, Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru formed Swaraj Party within the Congress. We also discussed that two factors which shaped the Indian politics in late 1920. One was the effect of worldwide economic depression over India, and second was arrival of Simon Commission in India. Tory government sent Simon Commission with the constitutional system for India, but they did not include any single Indian member in Simon Commission. That's why Indian people, along with the main leader of the Congress, they started to oppose strongly for the Simon Commission. When Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928, people greeted the commission with "Go back Simon." All the major party, Congress, Muslim League, they participated in demonstration. Till here we have discussed. In an effort to win them over, the Viceroy Lord Irwin announced in October 1929 a wage offer of dominion status for India in an unspecified future and round-table conference to discuss a future constitution. When Indian people strongly oppose Simon Commission, so to win the confidence, favor of Indian people and leader, Viceroy Lord Irwin announced a wage offer of dominion status for India. Dominion status in the sense semi-independent status for our country. Our country, as per this dominion status, not totally in our control, but there was an interference in administration by the Britisher. So Lord Irwin in October 1929 offered about dominion status for our country, and even he invited Congress leader to participate in round table conference to discuss about the future constitution of India. But this did not satisfy the Congress leader. The radical within the Congress led by Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose became more assertive. Lord Viceroy Irwin offered dominion status and to participate in round table conference, but this did not satisfy the Congress. The radical leader like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they became more aggressive. The liberal and moderates who were proposing a constitutional system within the frame of British dominion gradually lost their influence. One side radical leader became more aggressive. On the other side, the moderate and liberal leader, they lost their confidence in British dominion. In December 1929, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore Congress formalized the demand of Purna Swaraj or full independence for India. In December 1929, there was a Congress session held at Lahore under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, and in that session they decided for Purna Swaraj. They decided to demand Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj, Purna means complete, Swaraj means freedom. Complete independence or full independence for India. So in December 1929, Congress session was held at Lahore under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, and they demanded Purna Swaraj or full independence for our country. It was declared that 26 January 1930 would be celebrated as the Independence Day, when people were to take a pledge to struggle for complete independence, but the celebration attracted very little attention. Even they decided to celebrate 26 January 1930 as Independence Day for our country, and people were going to take the pledge for complete independence for our country. In that session, they decided to celebrate 26 January 1930 as Independence Day for our country. But this celebration attracted very little attention of the people. So Mahatma Gandhi had to find a way to relate this abstract idea of freedom to more concrete issue of everyday life. When this celebration got very little attraction by the people, very little attention by the people, Mahatma Gandhi decided to find a new way for freedom struggle of our country. So this was the beginning of civil disobedience movement. Dear student, till now we had discussed about non-cooperation movement, and as I told you, non-cooperation movement means not to support Britisher in any form. Now when this non-cooperation movement did not get a success, Gandhiji decided to launch a new movement in the form of civil disobedience movement. Now what is this civil disobedience movement? Actually, disobedience movement in the sense not to obey or not to follow any rules and regulation which were formed by British government. So this was the beginning of civil disobedience movement. Mahatma Gandhi found in shawl a powerful symbol that could unite the nation. On 31st January 1930, he sent a letter to Viceroy Irvin stating 11 demands. Some of these were the general interest, others were specific demand of different classes from industrialists to peasants. So in such situation, Mahatma Gandhi found a salt is a powerful symbol which could unite our country. He wrote a letter to Viceroy Irvin with 11 demands. Some of these demands were general interest for the public, but some of these demands were specific demand of different classes from industrialists to peasants. So when non-cooperation movement did not get a more success, Gandhiji decided to launch a new movement in the form of civil disobedience movement. And one such issue Mr. Gandhi found in the form of salt. He wrote Viceroy Irving a letter stating 11 demands. In that letter, some of the demands were for general interest of the public and some demands were with the specific interest of different classes of the society, industrialists to peasants. The idea was to make the demand wide-ranging so that all classes within Indian society could identify with them and everyone could be brought together in a united campaign. Why he took all the section, all the society, all the group of society people demand? Because he wanted to unite all the social group of society for this mass struggle against Britishers. The most stirring of all was the demand to abolish the salt tax. Salt was something consumed by the rich and the poor alike, and it was one of the most essential items of food. Out of these 11 demands, one demand was was about the abolition of salt tax. And as you know, salt is essential for rich and poor, and it is very essential for preparing food. The tax on salt and the government monopoly over its production, Mahatma Gandhi declared, revealed the most oppressive face of British rule. As I told you, salt is essential for every class, rich to poor, even is a very essential item for preparing food. And Mahatma Gandhi called tax on salt, it was a most oppressive phase of British rule in India. Then after, for the abolition of salt tax, Mahatma Gandhi started Dandi March. Dear student, here I would like to conclude my today's lecture. In next lecture, we will discuss about Salt March and other factors of freedom struggle in detail. Thank you very much for your cooperation. We will meet very soon with a new topic of the chapter.